Hello dear viewers, my name is Rakesh and I am your host here with the webinar topic EURUSD and GBPUSD technical analysis today. I am a community member and not an employee of Dukascopy. All the views or opinions or the trading ideas that we discuss in this webinar, they are all of my own. And as the name suggests, we will be carrying out the technical analysis of the euro against the US dollar and the British pound against the US dollar, and if the time permits we will also be carrying out the technical analysis of other major pairs. And if any of you want to discuss any other pair or stock or index or maybe even commodity that you want to do a technical analysis on, we can have it in this session. You can write it in the chat. MGA, hello, welcome to the stream. And as a technical analyst, we know that everything is priced into the everything is priced into charts, so we will just ignore the fundamentals and we will not consider any political or fundamental aspect. Okay, hello Damien. So in this analysis we will only try to follow the charts, and in this program we will only be using the candlesticks chart. There are other types of charts also, but we will be only focusing on the candlesticks charts, and we will try to find out the key levels for all the pairs which we have been doing every day, and we'll see how we can use those key levels to make trades from them. Now, if you are new to the technical analysis, I would request you to go through our channel page and then select the playlist and search for the profitable candlestick patterns and the profitable chart patterns playlist. It will help you in understanding what we are talking about in this program. At the end of this session, I will be taking the questions from the viewers. So I request you to keep your questions to be asked till the end of the session. You can write it in the chat, but I will answer them at the end only. Last but not least, everything that I say in this webinar is only for the information or your knowledge purpose. Do your own research before you put your hard-earned money on the line. That is all I want to say in the intro. And before we start, I want you to have a look at the risk disclaimer. It is just suggesting you that trading foreign exchange on margin carries a high level of risk. So I suggest less margin or less leverage actually you should be using, not a very high leverage, because leverage trading is very risky. And never trade based on this video or this webinar. So you have to take the full responsibility of your action, whatever you are going to take. So first understand what we are doing, then if you find it good for you that you can take this risk, then only go ahead. Otherwise this video or webinar cannot be taken as an advice to open position in the live market. With that said, let us have a look at what we are going to see today. Okay, this is GBPUSD, but we will as usual we will start with the euro dollar chart. If you have been following my webinars which we are doing every day at 1500 GMT, then you might be aware that we have been talking about the euro dollar a lot. And today in this one, you see, we have been since yesterday we were talking about this falling wedge, and today it seems like it is going to give a close above this falling wedge. David Haupindi, hello everyone. Hello David, welcome to the stream, bro. So this falling wedge looks like as if it is going to break today, although it has already broken, but till the time the candle does not close above this falling wedge resistance line, we cannot be sure that it is broken already. So it is there is a chance that it will go inside again and close below it, but seeing the bullishness of this candle, it seems like it will close above today. So what for euro or dollar now? So what we are expecting now here, actually previously what we were expecting is that the price will keep going in the wedge itself and go to the at least upswing pivot, which is 1.1704 levels. But since it seems like it is not going to happen soon, so what can be happening now, the price may close above this and come back to this falling wedge resistance line to test it as a support again. Hello Javin, welcome to the stream, bro. So if that happens, then we can utilize that opportunity as a buying opportunity with a target of around 1.1975. But a very important thing that we have to notice here is that the price was in a downtrend, in a small downtrend here, and it was making lower highs and lower lows. So we need to study this movement here. Here the price made a low. The price made a low here on 17th of June, and this low was around 1.1847, and after making this low, price established this high which was at around 1.1975. After this high was established, there was another low which was around 1.1781 levels. This was made lower than this, so the price was in a downtrend essentially. After making this low here, the price made another high here which was at around 1.18802. So we will mark that also. This is very important, so I am marking it and trying to take some time to explain this. After making this high, the price made another low which was lower than the previous low, and it was around this low of around 1.1771. There is another low here, but it is at 1.1772, so I am taking this one 1.1771 levels. So I am going to mark that low also. So after making this low here, the price has made another high here. See, this is a daily chart, so it may be difficult. I will switch it to maybe 4 hourly to make it easy to understand. See, price made this high, then made this low, then this high, then this low, and now the price has made high here. This every single candle is 4 hours candle. So it made a high at around 1.17 at around 1.1850 levels. So this one, after making this high, the price made another low here. You see, this low was at 1.1751. I will explain you what the psychology is behind this, but first we just mark them. After making this low, did the price made another high? Okay, it has made a high, but it will be catered as a high only if the price has made another low below this. Has the price made any low below this? For that we have to do it like this. No, the price has failed to make another low below this, but has it made another high above the previous high which was here? Okay, actually this was not the previous high, because after making a low here which was at around 1.1771, the price has made another low here. You see here at around 1.1763 level. After making this, it has made a high here at around 1.1824. So I will mark this one as a high, a recent high. This was the recent high. After making this high, the price made a low here, and then it has made a high here, and then it failed to make a low. So what it is suggesting is that the price has broken this high here. So now this is a higher high and this is a higher low. You have to understand the structure is changing here. Previously the price was making lower highs and lower lows, but after this low is made, the price has made another high which is higher than the previous high, which is higher than this high. So I will mark it as a higher high. So you know, if there is a higher high and higher low, this is a higher high and this low here is a higher low, it will be a higher low. As of now it is not a higher low, it will become a higher low once another high is established. So this will become our next low if another high is established. If another high is not established and the price reverses from here and makes another low, so it will become a lower low. So this will be a higher low only in case the price make another high which is higher than this one, and it is about to make, maybe when I am talking it will make another high. So this high is sitting at around 1.18304, and right now price is trading at 1.18296, and if it is able to make a high higher than this, that means now buyers are in control of the market and they are trying to push the price higher, and they are not letting the previous low to break and are very aggressive in buying. So this is happening on 4 hour. Okay, already the higher high is made already. It may go all the way up. So now once the higher high is made, we need the price to come back to retrace this resistance zone here, this small zone here, or maybe all the way down to this falling wedge and then go back to 1.1975 region. I hope you got the idea. What I am trying to tell here is that previously the price was making lower lows. It means that when the price was reaching a resistance, the new sellers were jumping in and were trying to push the price lower. Buyers were not able to buy enough to keep the price higher, and they were being overpowered by the sellers. But eventually when this low came here, after that, when the price arrived at this region, buyers were more aggressive than the sellers, so they were able to push the price higher, and eventually the price has broken the previous high. The previous or the recent high was sitting at around here 1.1830, and it is now broken right in front of your eyes. So expect some up move here in this. But is this the right time to buy this market? No. Why? Because if you buy now, your stop loss will be below this 1.17518 levels. Why? Because these are the recent lows that the price has made. So you wait for the price to retrace back and then show at the support level, show some bullishness like a bullish pin bar here at the support, which is already what we are expecting at this falling wedge resistance line. We can expect a new support formation, and then you buy this market with the target of 1.1975, because if you buy now, your stop loss will be here. You can measure, if you buy right now, your stop loss will be around 82 points, and if you target this resistance here, your target will be around 140, and 8 threes are equal to 24 to 40. So you will have only 140 pips instead of minimum required, which is 240 pips. Now why it is minimum required 240 pips? Because I never suggest or advise or request, whatever you call it, I never advise you to open a position if it is not able to give you more than 3 times whatever you are risking. So here you are going to risk 80 points if you open a position now, almost 85 points, and it should give you minimum 240 points for the next resistance. If it is not giving, you should not open this position. No, it is called risk management. But on the other hand, if you wait for the price to come back to this area and test this as a new support, and you see some bullish price action here, then you may open a position here with a small stop loss, which will be, in that case, approximately that stop loss will be 32 or say 40 pips, and your take profit target will be around 190 pips. So in that case, you will have almost 1:6 risk to reward ratio. So if you lose, say the market reverses and you lose, you will be losing 30 pips. But if you win, you are going to gain 180 or 190 pips. I think that sounds great. So this is how you manage your money in the market. And now the market seems strong here, but only the candle closes, then only we will be able to figure out whether the buyers are still in control of the market or not. And that is going to happen in 1 hour and 45 minutes for this 4 hourly candle. And for the daily candle, it still has more time to go. So it is looking very bullish actually on the daily also. But still, I will say you wait for today and tomorrow and see what happens. If there is any retracement or pullback, then I think it will be a better opportunity. Right now it is very risky for you. Okay, so I hope you understood this structure. If yes, please let me know in the chat. If not, then also you can let me know in the chat. So the important points here are this falling wedge resistance line, which may act as a new support. On the top side, we have 1.1975 as the next target. Of course, on the way this high at around 1.1870 or 80, this level here will provide resistance because it was the previous high, from here the price got rejected when it was falling. So when it is rising, this area may again act as a resistance. See how this has acted as a resistance so many times. Here it was acting as a support, here it was acting as a support, this here there was resistance, 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 resistance. So expect some resistance here in this region at 1.1880 region. Now moving on to the Great Britain pound. Yesterday we were talking about this and we said that there is a possibility that 1.3865 region may act as a good resistance for the price on the daily closing basis. Why I was saying so, you might have realized by now. This area here was a resistance, this area here was a support for the price so many times. So I was expecting this price to act as a resistance. Also, I have not drawn it yet, but I want to check whether it is having any Fibonacci level in its zone or not. All right, it is having also 50% is actually sitting at 1.39117. So there is a possibility that 1.3912 level may act as some resistance to the price, that is the previous high, or maybe eventually push the price lower. But seeing the bullishness, only it has taken 1 2 3 4 5 candles to reach this area where it has fallen in 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 candles. Normally I would have jumped to a long trade, but I appreciate what you say and I will wait. Yeah, MG, you should wait. Actually, you can jump and you can win also, but in that case your risk to reward ratio will be less. But as I say, if your if your speculation is wrong, then you will have bigger loss than you would have gained if you win. So here we are expecting some sell off from here. This is also 50% of Fibonacci of this previous fall. And also please, you have to understand that the structure of the market here is not up, it is down. Why? Like I just explained you, when this was the low here, say the price was okay, I will use a polyline, it will be simple and fast. High, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, same high, lower low, and almost now we are expecting a lower high because the price has made a lower low. So it has to make now a lower high. It can be anywhere, maybe at 50%, maybe at 61.8%. So that is why I'm saying if you draw a Fibonacci level from here, from this recent high that the price has made, sorry, not expansion but retracement. So in this region the 50% is coming right at the resistance, so we can say that this area here is a confluence of the resistance. This area here, one is by this previous highs here and the previous lows here, and the other is 50%, which is a very good Fibonacci level to reverse the direction of the market. Moreover, this line that we have drawn is based on the fact that it was a very good support in the past and resistance in the past. So we were expecting this level to act as a resistance again. So expect some sell off here, and there is a chance that the Great Britain pound comes back again and closes below this 1.3865. Even if it closes higher than this, you have to understand that this has already entered in a resistance zone. Till the time it does not clear this previous high here, which was at around okay, here 1.3910 level, till the time it does not clear this region, we cannot be sure that whether sellers are now overpowered by buyers or not. Till the time this is not cleared, we cannot be looking for a buying position. Although if it clears and retest this region as a new support, that will be again a good area to buy this market with the target of 1.4243 area. Now with that said, I think we are done with the GBPUSD, and now in my actually webinars you will understand that I advise, or not advise, but I always say about waiting for the rejection after breakout. Like if we see a breakout from here to the upside, I would not say you to buy, rather than I would ask you to wait for this retracement, because 90% of the time you get this retracement. It's like some boat is you missed a boat or you missed a train, and when the next train arrives you just jump in, you hop in, and then you ride that bandwagon profits, okay, with the small risks involved. But if you buy here or if you buy right now, there's a lot of risk involved in this one. Okay, talking about the New Zealand dollar, we had made a descending triangle pattern here, and also we had created a level of previous level of resistance we had marked, and we are expecting this level to act as a good support. It actually acted as a good support 4 days back, but right now this falling trend line is acting as a good resistance, although the price on the lower levels is being supported by the buyers. But it is still a congestion in price, or you can say the churning of the price. The price is not going down, the price is not going up. Buyers are very aggressive here. You see at the lows at around, the price has made a low at around 0.6939 levels, and is now trying to push the price again to the top. Of course it is not top, but it is trying to push at least on the 4 hour. It doesn't look like that it will be able to break to the top side, but I expect the price to do churning, or say be ranging here for a few moments or few days maybe, and then maybe break out to the downside or maybe to the upside next week. But as of now we cannot say anything about this. This is a very small range to play, and a lot of risk is involved in this. So my suggestion is that just stay away from this market, New Zealand dollar. Although New Zealand dollar looks comparatively a stronger currency than the other pairs, so maybe we can be looking for a buying opportunity here. But if you look at the structure has already become sell off. Why? Okay, it is very easy to explain, and if I explain it again and again, maybe you will have this inculcated in your own brain, and you will be able to look for this next time when you see the market. So here you see the price was in a downtrend here. It was making lower highs and lower lows, but after making this low here, the price made higher highs, higher lows. Okay, but here after making this low, you see this low here, this one is made lower than this, or you can say lower than this. So the price is now in a downtrend because it has made a lower high here and then has already made a lower low. So expect some lower high to be formed and then lower low is formed, because it is a downtrend. But if it is a downtrend, it does not mean that it will always remain so. Anytime it can reverse its direction, so we cannot be sure, but overall trend till now is downtrend, and this is a small, say, consolidation after this down move here. This is a small consolidation. There is a chance that the price will break down, but as I said, New Zealand dollar is a strong pair, it can go up also. So we wait, we don't speculate about this market, we will wait where the market will go, and then we will act accordingly. Okay, so in this New Zealand dollar, you just wait and watch. On the downside, 0.6916 level is what we are watching, and on the upside, if this falling trend line breaks, we will be expecting this channel resistance to be tested at the next resistance. So we will be looking for a buying opportunity once if this falling trend line breaks. Talking about the USDJPY, right now US dollar is being sold across the board. Maybe that's why all the euro pairs and pound are rising. So USDJPY is also giving some reaction. The bigger picture here shows that the pair is in an uptrend. Okay, because this was a monthly falling line which has been broken. I will show you. See, this was a monthly falling trend line which is broken to the top side from by this monthly candle in February 21, and after that this 107.47 has acted as a good support for the price, you see here. And after this the price has made a higher high than this high at around 110.96, and this high that was made was around 111.65 region. So after making this high, the price is still trading above 107.47, which was the previous low. So on weekly the price is in an uptrend. Let us see on the daily chart. On the daily chart, the price is the structure high, higher low, higher high, and still I will say it is a higher low here. If but we cannot be sure that it is a higher low, because for a low to get established we have to make a higher high. If a high is made higher than the previous high, then only we can say that this is a low, because till now there is a possibility that the price will go like this, okay, and there is a possibility that this low here will be your low, or this low can form anywhere. If not here, this low can also form here, because if this forms here, then it will be a lower low. So in that case the market's trend will be reversed. So till the time a low is not established, we cannot be sure where the market is going. But as of now, the present structure of the market is uptrend, because we need 107.47 to break for the market to go down. Okay, of course I'm not taking these small highs and lows and all this into uh, consideration, because this is a very 4-5 days of price movement. If you look at a bigger picture, you will understand that this is the direction of the market. Okay, I hope you got it. So if you are looking for the downside, we are looking for 107.47 as a very strong support for the price, and if you are looking for the upside, then we are looking at 112.18 as the strong resistance. Now why 112.18 is the strong resistance? Here you can see in the past we are price action traders, so we look for the past data. If the past data, in the past data it was a good resistance, so we'll expect it to act as a good resistance this time also. On the contrary, if the price trades above 112, and we will be expecting it to retrace back to this region here to for a buying opportunity. Okay, in that case our first target will be 114.54. It is still 200 pips or more than 200 pips of movement. It looks very small, but it is actually very large movement here. Okay, 200 pips movement with a small stop loss below this. Talking about the US dollar against the Canadian one, in Loonie actually we have seen that we were actually expecting the price to go back to this support of channel, and this channel support we were expecting to push the price back to this resistance line, otherwise 1.2915 to 1.3015 region. This is an area of interest in the previous days. You see this was an area of interest in the past, so we are expecting that the sellers may try to jump in again when the price reaches here. Just my thoughts, and it will only be possible to ascertain when the price reaches here. But yes, after this decent up move here, I'm expecting the price to go back to this region to act as a good support, and maybe from here the buyers will come back again to push the price. Right now also the US dollar is across the board, it is being sold, so USDCAD is also trying to look weak. Let us see on the 4-hour otherwise. Okay, you see on the 4-hour actually it was rising, but because the US dollar is being sold off across the board, so this current 4-hour candle is trying to show some weakness here. But I'll say till the time it does not close below this channel support, I think US dollar will against Loonie it will keep rising, and maybe 1.2646 may offer some resistance, but beyond that 1.2914 is what we are looking for. Muhammad Mikmal, how GBPUSD boss? Thank you very much, Muhammad Mikmal, for joining us. In GBPUSD, we have discussed in this webinar already. It was discussed in the second place. After I finish this webinar, you will be able to watch that only in a couple of minutes. We will be finishing off this webinar. But if you want me to have a look at GBPUSD again, I will be doing it in a couple of minutes after we finish USDCHF. It is the last pair that we are going to see. After that we will see whatever you say. Okay, so in the USDCAD on the downside we have this first thing is this channel support, and on the upside we have 1.2646 as the first resistance, and this channel resistance the second resistance, and maybe the price may be able to even reach 1.2914 and 1.3015 region. This is the area of interest in the coming days which we will be keeping a strong eye on. USDCHF on the other hand is trading in a, you can say this is what symmetrical triangle, and it is also a range, so expect the price to come back to this region. I have already marked what I am expecting in this, and there is no need of much explanation here, but I'll say that USDCHF is being supported by the weak US dollar across the board. So it is falling against the Swiss franc. If it breaks this low at around 0.91174, then expect this rising trend line of the symmetrical triangle to act as a good support for the price and maybe even push it back to this resistance again. Then eventually what happens, it breaks to the top side, then we will have a good sell zone here, and if it breaks to the downside, then again we will have a strong sell zone here. This is the confluence of the resistance, my friends. The confluence of resistance is actually one or two resistance at the same place. So in this region you will have this rising trend line, which if broken to the downside, okay, I'll show it. If something of this sort happen, then this will be your next area of interest. So this will act as a good resistance and push the price down. So this falling trend line and this rising trend line both will have resistance here, so it will be a good area of interest to sell with a small stop loss above, and target to the downsides will be open as the channel support is falling day by day. On 4-hour, okay, on 4-hour we have a bearish engulfing at the resistance. See, this was a good support. Okay, on 4-hour time frame I'm talking about. If we talk on 4-hour time frame, see how this level was very important, as it was getting rejected here, so many times, and eventually when it broke below, it again went back to test this, and see how this bearish engulfing formed at the resistance. And once bearish engulfing forms, you expect such price movements. Like see here, the bearish engulfing formed, and you see what happened after that. So here it has formed, so now expect the price to keep falling and maybe eventually break this low at around 0.9117 region, which I was talking about, and push the price back to all the way to 0.8976. But it does not mean that you sell it now. You wait for the right opportunities. You never sell it at the breakout or breakdown. You wait for the price to retest the level. Like here it was a retest and a bearish engulfing, so sell off with a small stop loss here with a target here. Yes, you can go ahead, I think. But like I said, this video is only for information purpose. If you are putting your money on the line, then you will be solely responsible for that. Okay, my friend Muhammad Mikmal, your question is about GBPUSD. What I was thinking about GBPUSD I have already covered, but because you are my new viewer in this webinar, so I will be covering it again for you. In Great Britain pound, I'll remove all this so that you can understand from the beginning. And also I am expecting that Great Britain pound is very important now, because it is going to give us maybe more pips than any other pair. Okay, so this is the line that we had drawn in the past, 1.3865 region. We were expecting this region to act as a resistance. Why? Because it has, okay, I will switch it to the line chart, and then you will understand that from here, see, this area was of interest and the price was being pushed from this region once here, second time here, third time here, fourth time here, and fifth time here, sixth time here, seventh time here. So we were expecting that there is a possibility that the price will be pushed back from here also. So that's why we have made this line. Now we switch it to candles, and we see that when the price was making higher highs and higher lows, it failed to make a higher high here. I am new to the webinar. Do you usually cover GBP Euro? No, I do not usually cover GBP Euro, but I will be covering it if there is any request made in the chat. Like now you have made a request, so maybe we can cover that also. Okay, so this one here was making a high. It is almost of the same level. So what we expected is that this is a formation of double top. After making a top, if there is a rejection, huge rejection, and the price makes goes back to the top again, and then eventually breaks below the rejection that the price had done. In this case, this was the rejection. Okay, this was the rejection low. If you do not understand the patterns, you can go through the playlist that we have created of the profitable chart patterns. So this was the rejection low, and this rejection low was broken here. Okay, and in this process the price made a low here, and we are expecting the price to make now a lower high. The price has made a lower low already than these lows, and now we are expecting the price to make a lower high. Now this lower high can be made here also, it can be made somewhere here also, it can be made somewhere here also, it can be made anywhere lower than this high. This high was at around 1.4243 region, so we are expecting a high to be formed which is lower than this. So what are the possibilities where it can form? It can form at this previous high, or it can form at this previous high, anywhere it can form. But till the time it is not formed, we cannot be sure where to sell this pair. But to make things certain, we need more and more evidence. So how we get more and more evidence? So these are the areas of interest, these two, or I must say this also. This is the previous high, and before that this was the high, and this was the high. So these are already the key areas of interest. If we create one more thing, that is Fibonacci retracements from this high to this recent low, we see that the 50% is tallying right with 1.39112 region, which is also the recent high. So if I say that somebody is only looking at 1.3910, this high here, so there are, say, almost some sellers who are looking for this area to sell this pair. Then there will be some people who are only looking at this Fibonacci, and they would be looking for this opportunity here to sell this pair. And okay, so different groups of people, if they are looking at the same price to sell with the same motive of selling, then there is a high possibility that the price will get sold off eventually from this region, because a lot of people, not one mindset, another mindset, two or three mindsets are there who are looking for a selling opportunity at the same price region. So if a lot of sell orders come here, the price will eventually fall. Thank you. I put small lot and wait until you red line and put sell again. Yes, that is a good call. Small here and maybe small here, but you see how bullish this candle is. There is a chance that this will break, and maybe the price will get sold at 61.8, that is 1.39910, because this resistance here is aligning with 61.8%, which is also an important level. So you have to keep an eye on what is happening at the key levels. You do not speculate it, man. Speculative trading is different. Maybe I will start a session on speculative trading also, which is called scalping, with a thought process that this may happen or this may not happen. Right now what we are talking or what we are discussing here is that what has happened, not what will happen. We are talking the market with a thing that what is happening or what has happened, not what will happen. So we are only thinking there is a possibility, like I always say, there is a possibility that the price will go back from here. It is not certain, but once you see that something like a bearish engulfing is created at this area, then you can be certain that the price is going to go down, and you can sell with a small stop loss above the high of that candle and target the recent lows. I hope I answer the question, or I'm satisfying you. Now other friend of mine, Damien, who was talking about GBP euro. I'm sorry friend, we don't have GBP euro, but we have a pair called EURGBP in this platform. Maybe you will be happy if I cover that. Okay, we will be carrying out a top-down analysis of EURGBP, all right? And you will know what is a top-down analysis. So taking out the monthly chart, we will see what is the structure of the market on the monthly. Stop loss, yes, Muhammad Mikmal, stop loss is very important, yes. My thinking is that you should not put an order in the market if you don't know where is your stop loss. So you should actually put a market order only if you know where your stop loss is. It should not be in your brain, it should be on the chart or on the trading platform. Without stop loss you cannot trade. Without stop loss it is called gambling. So here on monthly, we will not take the data from 2008 or 2015, but we will take only the recent data. You see here the price has made a recent high on the monthly, which was at 0.9500, and after making this high, the price made another high here, which was even lower, and here, and the recent low here was around this region, and after that the price has made a low here and made a recent high here. Okay, so now looks like the price is moving in ranges on the monthly chart, and when we open the weekly chart, we see that this high at around 0.8721 is going to be the resistance if the price starts going up, and if the price is falling, which it is right now, all right, see here there was a symmetrical triangle here. You see, when we join this low here and this low here, the price was going like this, and if we join this high here and this high here, the price was falling like this, and eventually when the price broke below, the price made a lower low here. See, in the first instance it is difficult for you to understand, but over the period of time you will understand what I am doing. I am just trying to find what is the structure in the weekly chart now. So the price made a low here. Previously the price was making low, high, low, high, low, sorry, this was here, okay, and this one was here. So because this low was not lower than this and this high was not higher than this, so it was a symmetrical triangle formation here. The price eventually broke below and maybe even took the targets of this symmetrical triangle already, but when the price started rising again, it met with the resistance over here, this region, and now the price has not been able to make a higher high than this, or not even lower low than this one. So the price is in a range on the weekly chart, in a range. I hope that make you think of something, Damien. If the price is in range, what you can do is that you can trade it in the range itself, here and here. Right now the market is not in a downtrend, not in an uptrend. On the weekly, the price has made a lower low here, a lower high. We can say this is a lower high only when we see a lower low forming below this one, 0.8472 region. So it is not a downtrend even, it is a range bound market, and the range is so high, range is so big that you can, it is tradable actually. This range is of almost 250 pips, and if you get a buying opportunity maybe near 0.8472 region, if you say you get a buying opportunity here and you keep a small stop loss below this low of previous time, say around 10 or 20 or maybe even 30 pips, you still have a range of 240 to, or maybe 230 or 220 to target in this one. So it is all in all a good idea to buy at lows and sell at highs. And on the contrary, if you get a sell opportunity here, that is also good. Why I'm saying it is good? Because risk involved is less. So even if you fail, you will have less to lose. You will have more to gain. I hope that answer your question about Euro GBP, that what I think about Euro GBP. If you ask me anything on the lesser time frames, 4 hours, maybe 1 hour, I'll say you will just burn your hands. Don't try to burn your hands on 4 hour or maybe less. So try to see the charts only on one day or 4 hour or more. Okay, don't go less than 4 hours. It does not give you a clear picture. So is there any more chart that you want me to see, or any further questions? I'll be very happy to answer your questions. If not, then I will request you that we are doing this webinar every day. You are most welcome to join us with your questions, your queries. If you are keen to learn technical analysis, you can bring your questions. I'll be very happy to answer them. So I'll be wrapping up this session. We have 30 minutes. We have already gone 45 minutes. So before I end, I just hope range between 0.851 to 872. Yes, 872 and range 0.8472, my friend. The range is between 0.8472 to 8721. All right, this to this. And if the price makes a lower low here, then eventually the next low that around 0.8277 will be exposed in this area. So my friends, to wrap up, I just want to again say the same thing, that I hope you got some idea about the support and the resistance levels that are of key interest in the coming hours and days. And just keep in mind to never risk more than 1% of your capital on any single trade. Like if you buy something and if you go wrong, it should not get your account burned. It should only lose you 1% or less, not more than that. And you should be able to make at least 3% on a single trade if you have to open it. If you think that you are going to make say 2%, if it happens, don't open a trade. You don't have to, because say you take 10 trades and you fail 7 times, then also you will go in profits. Even if you lose 7 times, you will go in profits, because if you are taking more than 3%, then you are going to take 9% profits in 3 trades if you are successful, and you are going to lose 7%. So 9 minus 7 is still 2% in the pocket if you do this, if you follow this formula. And I shall end this webinar with this note, and you can press the like button if you find this video useful for you, and you can leave your suggestions in the comment section, and consider subscribing to the channel for more such videos. Also, you can join the DUSCAD Forex community, where there are so many things for Forex traders, like even technical analysis of many crosses, pairs. A lot of stuff is there for many traders, and there's a lot of things to learn also. The links are there in the description. I wish you a happy and profitable day. Thank you for watching. Mohammed Mikmal is saying gold. Yes, we can have a look at the gold, quick look at the gold, but I have already wrapped up the session. After this, I will just say bye. Okay, so I will have a quick look at the gold for you guys, because we have that on our platform. All right, so gold monthly chart. Actually, gold I have been doing earlier also. Gold on monthly is in an uptrend. It is clearly visible up. Yes, on monthly there is no need to even look at it. All right, so I'll just be explaining you what is this that I have marked. So see, on the weekly chart, the gold was in an uptrend. It made a highest high at 2075, but before this the low was at around this region. I'll mark here. After making this high here, the price made a low here, or you can say this one also, but I will mark this one because this is a high made here before this low was created, and another high was made. So 1670 was the low which the price had made before it made a high at around 2075. After making this high, the price has made several lower highs and lower lows, but it could not break the previous low that the price had created, which was 1670. And see, when the price came to this region again, the buyers were so aggressive and they pushed the price higher. So right now, do you ask me that the price is an uptrend or downtrend? My friends, it is nowhere, because on the weekly the price has failed to break the previous high and it has failed to break the previous low. So once something like this happens, what you create a symmetrical triangle or something of that sort. I'll show you that thing. You can say that the price is in a consolidation, but it has more decline than incline. Okay, see, something of this sort is happening. Now the price is making a high here and a low here, which is higher, and the high is lower, so it is making a sort of triangle. So expect the price to move in such a manner in the coming time, and eventually the price may break lower or break higher. But because this is weekly chart, so it may even take next year for this to form. So let us go on the daily chart and see what is happening there. Okay, on the daily chart, here the price was in an uptrend, then okay, on the daily chart also 1670 is the recent low that the price has made, or you can say the pivot low. If this is broken to the downside, then only the price will be in a downtrend. Right now these all small things, I think we can just ignore them. But if you ask me that you want a buying opportunity in this market, maybe this region here at around 1751 may act as a good support for the price, because see, it was acting as a good resistance in the past. See here, 1 2 3 times the price got rejected, then the price took support here. It is a daily chart, my friend. And then it got rejected here twice and pushed the price back to the double bottom. Eventually this double bottom was broken, and this area only acted as a support for the price again. I'll just keep it up a little so that it accommodates every price action. So this area 1756, you can use this as an opportunity to buy, but I will not say buy this market. Why? Because it has just met the resistance at around this region. Actually this was confluence of the resistance. Okay, why I'm saying confluence of the resistance? Okay, not confluence, because we made this candle this line by joining this high. So if we just ignore this, this was not confluence, but yes, the previous important level. Okay, the price is going down, the structure is looking down here. Okay, because if we consider say 4-hourly chart, on that 4-hourly the structure will be even more clear. Why? See, the price was making higher highs and higher lows on this 4-hourly chart, but after making this high here, the price has started making lower highs and lower lows. Now this was the previous low, then this was the previous low, this was the previous low. After that the price has made this low and even this low. Okay, on the 4-hour again the structure has changed. There is so much happening in gold. Okay, after this high here, see, after making this low here, the price has made this high. So we make this high, and this high was broken here, and after that price took support here and is now currently testing this support again and again. Looks like a head and shoulder to me, but not that beautiful. So something of this thing, okay, something of this sort is possible to happen now. What I am going to tell you, see, there is a possibility that the price will go like this now, either break up, seek this as a support, and then push back to this falling trend line, or alternative scenario is that the price will break below, retest this recently broken support as the new resistance, and then push back to the 1756 levels, which is also the recent, or you say the last low in the daily chart. No, that was 1670. Sorry, this resistance. Okay, so this is on 4-hour, because we discussed it on 4-hour. So if this is low is broken, then this rising trend line will be in focus, and if that is broken, then of course 1670 will be the next level of support for the price. But if you are only talking about say a day or two, then maybe in a day or two you expect the price to move, either break this falling channel here, which we have made only on the 4-hour chart, or expect this 4 hours support to be broken, and maybe the price will retest this level of 1756 again. I just hope that it answers your question. If you have anything more to talk about, you can come back here late again tomorrow. It is more than now hour that we have been live. I don't owe that much time from I don't have that much time from Dukas Copy. Actually it is their channel, but the views are mine. Thank you very much for being here. I am very happy that there are so many people talking in the chat. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you for your time. For tomorrow, actually, you can come again, because we have this webinar every day at 1500 GMT. You can hit that like and subscribe button now if you find the content useful, and yeah, peace.